From The Selfish Path to Romance, download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com.
Come back here. We're not finished. You don't care anymore, is that it?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I feel.
Then tell me you don't love me. Say it!
Let out. Is that what you need to hear? I don't. I don't. Now let me go.
No, a person doesn't just wake up one day and stop loving somebody.
And that's from Buffy, and that's true. When you fall out of love, it happens over a period of time. Usually you build up a lot of resentments, a lot of hurts, a lot of things you haven't spoken about, or things you haven't resolved with one another. And it's very, very painful. But if somebody hides that and fakes that everything's going well and then drops a bomb on you, that's cruel. You want to at least know that a bomb is coming, and it won't be a bomb then, obviously. I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner, and my show is The Rational Basis of Happiness, and we talk about all sorts of things. For example, somebody's having marital problems. A guy writes to me and says that he and his wife are seeing a counselor, and he wants my opinion. Imagine sitting in a counselor's office, and the counselor says to you, you know, love is something you choose to do. You've just got to love your wife, and all will be fixed. You just make that choice. And he might be shaking his head and thinking, you know, how can I just force love? I'm really angry with her. She lied to me. Maybe she drinks too much. She ignores the kids. How do I choose to love her? I can't stand her. So you walk away from the counselor's office thinking, is this lady crazy, or am I wrong? Should I just be able to will the emotion of love? I'm going to help a man with a similar problem. His wife isn't that bad, but I'll help him out later in the show. Now imagine being 28 years old and you're living in a mobile home with mom. Okay, you're a woman. Now you're not married. You've never had sex with anyone. Mom decides to earn a little money on the side. She rents out part of the mobile home to a guy. The guy's divorced, but he's not actually divorced. He's separated from his wife. Now, periodically, the wife comes to his house, and they have very loud sex. Very loud sex. Walls are paper thin, and you've never had sex before. You're a virgin. You're living with your mother, real isolated. Your gut response is, this is gross. But you're writing to me asking, is this normal? I'll answer her question coming up. And a teenager asked me a question. She says that her boyfriend and she are arguing. They're fighting as if they're an old married couple, and this made me laugh. That I can't picture. She said that he doesn't text message her. He gives her the silent treatment. He won't refuse that. So I pictured an old married couple sitting there saying, I'm not going to text message her back. But more seriously, she gets very sad. She feels very lonely and cries, and he just refuses to talk with her. Can you remember your own experiences dating? And can you remember how you manage such situations? I'll help her out later in the show. I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner, and my show is The Rational Basis of Happiness. It's a call-in talk show. You can call with any questions that are on your mind, anything that's messing up your day, whether it's your in-laws or your kids or yourself. Maybe you feel depressed or anxious or you're procrastinating. My number's toll-free, 1-877-Dr. That's toll-free, 1-877-DRKENNER. And my website's drkenner.com. And even though it's not a therapy, it's an opportunity for you to get some free advice. Again, toll-free, 1-877-DRKENNER. And right now, I want to turn to our phone lines.
Yes, I would like to know, I found out that my boyfriend is cheating. What is my next step?
Okay, very quickly. What happens if you discover the evidence? You find a love letter, you find a text, a phone recording of saying, darling, I love you. When's your wife leaving so we can make love again? Can I come to your house again? What happens when you get that absolutely crushing blow? Well, what immediately happens is your whole world implodes. Be very good to yourself here. This is normal. You question your own mind. Do I know myself? I thought he was faithful. How could I have missed all the evidence that he is cheating on me? me. You question your evaluation of others. I thought I trusted him, but what's going on here? You're angry with him. You maybe feel guilty. We haven't had sex as often as I wished we had. And then you just wonder, can you make sense of the whole world? Everything seems like it's in a murky mess, and this is absolutely normal. This is what happens when you get a betrayal of this degree. This is one of the biggest hurts you can ever have in life, having someone that you've chosen as your partner, in this case a boyfriend, cheat on you. Now, the first thing that I would like to tell you is be very, very kind to yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. You're not the one that betrayed your own character. He is. He's the one that cheated, not you. So just say, I am judging him. He is not the person I thought he was. Look closely, learn, get the evidence, and give myself some time to make a decision. I would go out immediately and get the book After the Affair. It's at my website, drkenner.com, drkenner.com. It's After the Affair by Dr. Janice Abrams Spring. And she walks you through what it feels like to be betrayed, so you won't feel like you're going crazy. You might even have revenge fantasies. She might help you decide. She will help you decide whether it's worth trying to preserve this relationship. You're not married, you don't have kids. Why not walk away from it? What is the value in staying with a guy who's dishonest? That's one of the big relationship breakers. It's a non-negotiable aspect. Let's say there's some understandable reason. He's been overseas for 2 years and he just one night had a fling with somebody, but he misses you, he really loves you, and he apologizes profusely and makes amends. Well, then that's repairable. Let's say that he just was out of business on a trip and some girl was flirting with him, came on to him, he kissed her, and you're considering that cheating. Well, that may be repairable, but he certainly still needs a lot of cleaning up on his choice making. So again, when somebody's betrayed you, be good to yourself and then evaluate them. Do they still have the standing in what's important in your life? If they don't have that, then you want to break the ties and not carry away from this experience the fact that all men cheat. All men do not cheat. This particular man did, but you need to be able to preserve your optimism that there's a guy out there who would never betray his own character and do something like this to you. So I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner. You're listening to The Rational Basis of Happiness. We've got a lot on the agenda today. Coming up, we'll be talking about a woman who wonders whether she is normal or not because she's living in a mobile home with her single mother, and she's still a virgin, and the mother rents out her apartment and has very loud sex. We'll also be talking with a woman who has some unmet longings in her relationship. Actually, she doesn't. Her husband has some unmet longings, or a boyfriend. I'm not sure about that. But think of that. In your own marriage or your own partnership, are there things that you're missing? And how do you grieve the losses? Or if your partner doesn't bring everything to the table that you want, how do you deal with that? I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner, toll free, 1-877-DRKENNER.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner and Dr. Edwin Locke.
There are many deal breakers when it comes to finding a potential soulmate. If you're in this situation, one thing to be on the lookout for and be cautious about are people with significant psychological or mental health problems. For example, severe repression, significant chronic anxiety problems, recurrent depression, substance abuse, or gambling problems, especially if such individuals are not yet under treatment and have no motivation to fix their problems or don't take their problems seriously. Don't make a partner's untreated problems your lifetime career. A romantic partner can be supportive, but should not be a live-in therapist.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy The Selfish Path to Romance at amazon.com.